where our mains Edge 45 comes to their rescue. We have very limited time between prelims and mains. Very dedicated guidance, answer writing, continuous mentorship.
Good marks, good rank is equivalent to answer writing practice.
So it's like a proper lab, as the name itself says, where you can experiment, learn, and excel.
So it's relevant, it's specific, it's well researched, and it's in a proper framework which you can use in answers.
And this is where mentoring plays a very important role. So that will be one aspect of mentoring where faculty will continuously engage with students who are enrolled.
The idea here is not to impart knowledge and content to you. If you people are writing mains examination, I'm dead sure that you people have already done that hard part. And we'll be covering them from the perspective of what questions UPSC has asked and what it can possibly ask related to those particular schemes or themes in the coming years.
So, hello everyone. Hello. So, Smriti ma'am, let's ask you that already we know that there are a lot of students who are confused with respect to the main specific preparation. So, how this particular program Mains Edge 45 is going to help student in order to navigate this particular aspect?
Hi Vishal, and thank you so much for asking the question. To be very honest, I genuinely believe that at the stage of UPSC Mains, the only mode of communication between the aspirant and the examiner is the script.
Right.
The examiner is absolutely oblivious to the fact that how much you have studied, how many books you have read, how many years you have put into this examination. He will purely evaluate you on the basis of what you have written in the answers in those 7-8 minutes.
Right.
And I genuinely believe it is where the students falter. It's not that they don't have the content. Sometimes what happens is that they are not able to grasp the demand of the question.
Right.
Or they are not able to structure their thoughts properly. Or sometimes it may happen that they are not able to add that X factor or let us say value enrichment.
Exactly.
It is here where our Mains Edge 45 comes to their rescue.
Right.
You know why? Because we have very limited time between prelims and mains. What students require is a very dedicated guidance, answer writing, continuous mentorship, and value addition, which is smart in nature.
Right.
And we will help in this course that first, how to brainstorm, second, how to structure, third, how to present your answer in a manner that you're fetching like extra marks. Because I genuinely believe one thing, and I have said this in my open sessions as well, that mains is all about marginal gains. That one extra mark in every answer, 20 extra marks in every paper. And trust me, this will decide your rank, your selection, your service. And this edge is what Mains Edge 45 is for. We will train you, we will transform you, and we will target 450 plus in GS papers.
Right. That was very much comprehensive, ma'am. So you have talked about the structuring, you have talked about the discussion of the question, along with that getting that particular edge where at least the aspirant can get at least 1 marks extra in every question.
Yes.
Now, there is some concept of workbook. So there are 90 workbooks that are being provided as a part of this particular course. So can you tell to the student that what exactly are these workbooks, how they are going to ensure the value addition to the student?
See, Vishal, the biggest challenge which the students face in the mains preparation is that they don't know how to transform their knowledge into action. Right? And this is where these 90 workbooks or the compilations of questions will help them, because till the time they are not in a very regular and disciplined way, writing answers, brainstorming their mind, and also getting to know about their weakness, they will never be able to get that edge.
Okay.
Right? So this 90 workbooks will help them to get that edge, to have that structured training, to gain those extra marks.
Right.
So this occasional brilliance which they are targeting, that they will get through knowledge, till the time they don't put it into action and effective writing practice, they are not going to get it. So
Right.
good marks, good rank is equivalent to answer writing practice,
Right.
and that too on a regular basis.
Exactly. Now, Rajesh sir, I have a follow-up question to you. That there is a concept of VisionIAS answer writing lab. So, along with workbook, what do you think? Like, what are the specific feature of this particular answer writing lab? How it is going to create the difference?
Yeah, Vishal. So, VisionIAS Answer Writing Lab is a dedicated academic space where a student can come who is registered for this program, can come anytime between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and do his answer writing practice, assignment writing, or even test writing, whatever the kind of help which is required for answer writing, for making mistakes and learning. In fact, we are going to have a dedicated mentor who is going to be there throughout the day over there.
Okay.
And in fact, in between, even we faculties are also going to visit in a dedicated time, and we will give our feedback and guide them in a proper structured manner.
Okay.
So it's like a proper lab, as the name itself says, where you can experiment, learn, and excel.
So it is a comprehensive set of environment where the student is going to get the answer writing, along with that the mentoring field.
Yes.
Okay. So Piyush sir, now there is one such important aspect with respect to this program is the faculty notes. So the faculties are going to teach in the class, but along with that the faculty notes are being provided. So are they only going to be the static related notes, or is there any aspect of current affairs also that is going to be part of this?
So basically, I'll break this into two parts. The faculty notes are about the content which we are going to give. The problem with the content which we have is like, is the content relevant or not? Is the content specific? And now since you have so many artificial intelligence apps which are generating a lot of content, is it well researched or not?
Okay.
The faculty notes are going to take care of these three parts. It is going to be relevant, it is going to be specific, and it is going to be well researched. So when we say it's well researched, we are mixing both the static and the current affairs part.
Right.
Now that's one part we are solving in faculty notes. The second is, do we need those notes where you have the idea how to use them?
Okay.
So the second part of the faculty notes would be giving them frameworks which you can directly put in the answers. So if I have a topic of land reforms, I'll give them the introduction, what you have to use, because we know what the dimensions of the question are. So it's relevant, it's specific, it's well researched, and it's in a proper framework which you can use in answers. Because we have a constraint of time. So we mix it all four in the faculty notes. Ideally, what we always say in the foundation, you should do it. We are going to do it now for you.
Exactly. So, but at the same point of time, students should not become complacent because the faculty is providing notes. So they have to take certain things from their end also. But along with that, these notes are sufficient for the students' preparation.
I think they should be sufficient. They should get you a rank.
Right. Okay. So Abhishek sir, how the faculties are going to provide the specific intervention through the mentoring related aspects?
So as ma'am rightly pointed out, content is necessary, but it is not sufficient condition to get good marks.
Right.
And this is where mentoring plays a very important role. Like the role of mentor is not just to give you content or educate you. It is to diagnose the problem. Like if you are writing an answer, then are you writing a good introduction?
Exactly.
Your main body point, what should it look like? How much conclusion is required in a particular question?
Right.
So that will be one aspect of mentoring where faculty will continuously engage with students who are enrolled. And the focus will be on the enrichment part. But there is one more aspect of it, and that is optional mentoring.
Okay.
So it should be very clear that this program is not only about helping students in general studies. It is also about, we have some tremendous faculty members, and be it PSIR or be it sociology or geography, or I myself will be mentoring for physics. So there are many important optional subjects, and we'll be mentoring for that also. But how can we get that extra marks even in optional subject, not just only for GS?
Exactly. And that's what is going to create the additional difference with respect to the different. Now, Jatin sir, my last question is regarding, because we already know that there are a lot of programs that are flooded in the market. So as we have talked about the features, what do you think, like what makes this program different from the other programs which are running in the market?
Interesting question. And I think Smriti ma'am pointed out that every mark in the mains exam is really crucial The kind of distribution of marks that we have seen of the successful candidates in the last few years, what we have realized is that mains has become a game of inches.
Right.
Every half a mark that you score extra over your competitor is going to give you an edge and
Exactly.
going to make you feature in the final merit list.
Right.
We have done an extensive analysis of the topper copies of the previous years, understood what goes into making a good answer.
Right.
And that's what all the faculties talked about, that our collective experience will come together in front of the students
Right.
in how they can exactly impress the UPSC examiner. Second, and a very important point, what distinguishes this program from the other programs is that the idea here is not to impart knowledge and content to you. If you people are writing mains examination, I'm dead sure that you people have already done that hard part.
Right.
The idea is now, how do we translate that knowledge, which
Right.
ma'am talked about, which Abhishek talked about, on the piece of paper, on that script.
Right.
And that's what we are going to be extensively working with the students on. It will not be a lecture mode where we'll be coming and teaching topics to the students.
Right.
We have picked up some of the most high impact themes which are going to be relevant for each and every subject. And we'll be covering them from the perspective of what questions UPSC has asked and what it can possibly ask related to those particular schemes
Right.
or themes in the coming years.
Right.
And that's what the emphasis is going to be. It's not going to be just one-way streak where we impart knowledge to the students, which is already there in the books. But the idea will be how you use that knowledge, mold it according to the requirement of the exam in an answer format.
Right.
Something which is readily available for them, something which is easy for them to revise, considering the gap which is very limited between the prelims and mains examination route. This program is specifically curated for those who have a certain base, but who want to get that extra edge.
Right.
And that's why the name Edge 45.
Right. So basically value addition is one most predominant aspect, and along with that what you are emphasizing a lot on is the active learning, not mere the passive learning, which is going to be the crucial factor. So thank you everyone. I think we have summarized what exactly the features are, and I think all these features make this program stand out as compared to any other program that is going on. So thank you everyone. And I think that if you have seen the set of faculties that we are having for this program, now you should be registering if you are a serious aspirant for UPSC.